What an absolute banger to kick off the Super Rugby Pacific 2025 season. Crusaders versus the Hurricanes. The Crusaders coming back from a 14-0 deficit to defeat the Hurricanes 33-25 at home in Christchurch. They were under the pump early with Scott Barrett going to the bin, his favorite holiday home destination, but they came back, they fought hard, they took over as the game went on. You can see down here, really took them till that sort of 50th, 60th minute before they started to take over, but when they did, they were commanding the possession, they were commanding the territory. They were really able to deny the Hurricanes the opportunity to come back, and in the end they close it out by 8 points, deny the Hurricanes the bonus point, and really get their season off to a good start, restoring hope to their fans. Are the Crusaders back? They just might be, folks. They just might be. I don't know. We got to see a bit more, but they just might be. And there's a lot of injuries in this game for both teams. A lot of fresh faces in there. The big individual performance today. There's a few good candidates, but look at Kyle Preston, the bench halfback, replaces Noah Hotham mere minutes into the game. He said before the game he'd be happy if he just got a couple of minutes game time. Instead, he played the whole game, picked up 3 tries. This is the halfback that led the Wellington Lions to victory in the NPC. He abandons them. He comes to Christchurch. He joins the Crusaders. He stabs his home region in the back in Christchurch, leading them to victory with 3 huge tries. I really wasn't sure how this game was going to go. Just looking at the teams on paper, I thought the Crusaders, they might dominate in the tight stuff. I thought they'd be stronger at the set piece. Canes were missing Almua, they were missing Lomax. Crusaders, they had their All Blacks props. Instead, the scrums were super even. Both lineouts were super dodgy, maybe not surprising, both teams relying on backup hookers. Instead of being a forwards battle, it was real helter-kelter stuff. Lots of airing the ball out in the backs. You'd think maybe that'd favor the Hurricanes, but no. It was all about the Crusaders. The Crusaders' backs are looking incredibly dangerous, and they look dangerous without needing clean ball or quick ball. And leading the charge, none other than Sevu Reece, tied for top try scorer last year. This game, he was absolutely everywhere. He was on fire. He was coming in off his wing. He was looking for the ball. When he was on his wing, he was looking dangerous as well. He was looking fast. He put in one brilliant, absolutely brilliant centering kick to set up a try assist. I think that was for Preston's 3rd try of the match. The other guy who really announced his return this game was Will Jordan. Not a big surprise. People are always expecting a lot from this guy. And it was interesting this game, like he wasn't just carving up people carrying the ball, running around them. He was putting himself in position to hit gaps, and he was putting himself in position to make those last passes, make those connections to his outsides, to guys like Sevu Reece. He was really ever present in that sense. He was always in the right spot to really enable something to happen. That just shows that he really is going to be a force for the Crusaders this year and a key ingredient in their success. There were some other interesting players as well, some unheralded players who kind of announced their presence. One of them was this Binianga Nofo. Didn't know a lot about him before the game, but especially early on, he had a lot of impressive touches, a lot of impressive runs. There was a pretty crazy moment where he tried to step a guy like 5 times, didn't quite get the try, but that was quite funny to see. Kenny Naholo as well. I mean, he's been around a while. We know he's good, but he sort of reminded everybody just how much of a force he can be. Turned to form for some players as well. David Havili, he looked really good. Harry Godfrey, he looked pretty good in the tan jersey. He really carried a lot. He carried hard. and his performance. It's going to be really important because the Hurricanes, they are really thin on 10s this year. The thin stocks they have at the moment are also depleted by injuries, so it was good to see him go well, and he will be important for them going forward. Cam Roigard as well, he also had a pretty impressive performance, and we expected nothing less. Did make a couple of kick errors. Apart from that though, looked really good. Looking at the carry counts as well, a lot of back rowers, they really did a lot of work this game. Ethan Blackadder, like we know he always is, he just has a massive work rate both sides of the ball. Made a huge amount of tackles. Was funny watching him carry this game. He really got bent over backwards a few times. He doesn't pass the ball. The defenses, they see him coming a mile away, they line him up, but it doesn't stop him, it doesn't slow him down, he just keeps coming. Try for Cullen Grace as well. Christian Leo Willie looking good at number 8. Brady Nyose actually had a pretty quiet game. I expected a bit more from him considering his season last year, but it just was not his game tonight. Duplessis Karifi, he was ever present. A lot of tackles, a lot of carries. Levi Almore, he did look dangerous, he did look powerful. We already knew that about him, but just the way this game went, with all these other Crusaders backs looking so dangerous all around him, I feel like he might have a really good year this year just because the focus on the defense, it's going to be on everyone else. That'll give him a bit more space, so keep an eye on him. And just going back to the game stats to close it out, you can see Crusaders, they did take over as the game went on. They started to command a lot more possession as the game went on. You can see the Hurricanes, they were forced to make quite a few more tackles, and they did so at a poorer completion rate as well. That's a lot of missed tackles, 41 against this dangerous backline that the Crusaders have. Not a lot of kicking in this game either. Again, it was that sort of helter-skelter thing. Both teams really wanted to play with the ball in hand by hook or by crook. And you can see here in these ruck speed stats, the Crusaders, they're playing with a noticeably slower ruck speed, but it just doesn't seem to matter. These backs, they're so dangerous, and they can play on the fly. They can play that helter-skelter game. So that just makes them really dangerous. Anyway, guys, keep an eye on both these teams going forward. They're playing entertaining rugby. They're going to get better as time goes on just because they're so injury depleted at the moment. Once they get back more of their players, they will be even stronger. If you ask me, I think the Crusaders, they are back this year, but you got to keep watching to find out. We'll leave it here for now. Check out my channel if you want to see more reviews like this on the other games this week. I'll see you there.